Hello and yes, welcome to another album review with me, Rockboy680. Today I'm going over one of my favourite albums of all time. It's in my top 10 albums of all time. And it's an album which I can't stop listening to. I've been listening to it a lot lately, which is why I wanted to review it. And I had to do a review soon because the last review I done was a Paul McCartney one. And the other request that I got is a Paul McCartney one. So I don't want to do two Paul ones back to back. So I had to put an album in the middle. So I thought I'd go with this one. I've just uploaded, I've just clicked the publish button, but by the time this video's up, I hope a few of you would have seen it. I've just done my 11 least to best Electrolyte Orchestra albums, because that's how many albums they put out. I just put them in order of what I think's least to best. And this album coming at number 1 for me. And funny, I said in the review, I'm kind of spoiling it if I ever do a review for it. Well, would you know, I'm going to do a review the next day. And so yeah, you all know what mark I'm going to give it out of 10 if you've seen that video, but anyway, I'm going to give it a proper review, and it is the album Face the Music. Now, I'm just going to give you the usual bit of information about it, go over each song individually, show you my copy of the vinyl record, and then I'm going to give it a mark out of 10. So, Electrolyte Orchestra, ELO. So yeah, this had a new lineup after their previous album, El Dorado. El Dorado was their full studio album, so this one here is their 5th studio album. This album was released on November 14th, 1975. So, that's about all the information I could gather up. I couldn't find what number it got to in the charts. ELO weren't hugely popular at this time. They were quite popular, they were getting there. They'd had their big hit, Bam Bam My Bell. And, you know, of course, Evil Woman's on this album, and Strange Magic, so, you know, they were popular, but they weren't hugely popular, so I don't presume it done amazingly well. But I would have thought this album should have got in the charts, because it's in my top 10 albums of all time. I love it. That's how good this album is, I think. But anyway, first track up, Fire on Ice. Now, when bands do an instrumental as an opener, it's kind of difficult. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. The Who, Tommy, that opens up with an instrumental. Love it. However, it doesn't always work. Elton John opens up with an instrumental on his best album, Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Funeral for a Friend. Does not go down too well as an opener for me. ELO here open up with a song called Fire on High, instrumental. Probably my first or second favourite instrumental of all time. It's up there with Overture from The Who, Tommy. Okay, it's an amazing song because it starts out really proggy. It's a really prog song. ELO, very proggy at this point in time. I guess Jeff Lynne was slowly drifting away from it at this point, but it was still quite a prog album, this. It's a really prog song. It opens up really creepy. You've got really weird voices talking in the background. Really deep voices, and you know, you think, oh, okay, this is just going to be a full-on prog song. No, about a quarter of the way in, the drums kick in, and it turns into a soft rock song. I guess some of you would call it pop, but I call it soft rock. And the song goes through so many stages. It goes from creepy to just some, you know, nice keyboard work, nice soft, so we've got prog, soft rock, and then it just goes into a nice, you know, good acoustic solos going on in there. It picks up well, you know, and I love the way the song ends as well. The acoustic guitar in it is just unbelievable. Next track, Waterfall. Waterfall opens well. It opens really nice. At first, it has a weird slide guitar open, which always reminds me of George Harrison, because George is well known for doing his slide guitar. That was kind of his signature sound, and yeah, you kind of go at this point, whoa, did George contribute on this album? No, he wasn't too good friends with Jeff at this point, so, but really does have a George Harrison effect, but we all know Jeff Lynne, huge Beatles fan, so wouldn't be surprised if that's where he got that idea from. And yeah, then the song, and then the drums kick in, of course, and it becomes more of its own song, and Lynne's vocals come in, and the acoustic guitar, you know, brilliant. It's a great song, and I love the lyrics. Fantastic. Next we get Evil Woman. Evil Woman is the song which everyone out there knows. It's one of ELO's most popular songs, and it's fantastic. Okay, so the album version actually is different to the single version, which we all know, where it just opens up, do 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 do, you made a fool of me, you know, all that bit. album version, different. Opens up with a nice violin, you know, orchestra, instrumental, 10 seconds piece. And it sounds really nice. And then we get the drums kicking, you know, You Made a Fool of Me, all that there. And yeah, what can I say about this song, which hasn't already been said before, because it's a fan favourite, but everyone loves it. You know, the song is just brilliant, you know. I love the fact, the intro for a start, you know, is brilliant. You know, the drums and the piano, keyboard and the vocals all bouncing off each other, making this crazy intro which sounds brilliant. The lyrics are great, Jeff's vocals here are great, and yeah, the backing vocals are great. The lead guitar's brilliant, the chorus is great, you know, pretty evil woman, you know, fantastic. It's a song which is just iconic. And then wrapping up side one, we have Nightrider, a very cool proggy sounding intro with great vocals. And then the drums kick in again and the song becomes more of its own again, steps away from the prog, you know, sound, and we just get a classic catchy chorus which is brilliant, and it's just such a fun song. So yeah, no complaints so far. Side 1 is brilliant, and side 2 pretty much the same thing. Side 2 opens up with a song called Poker, and yes, it is about the card game. The lyrics are brilliant because it works well. You think, hang on, if you're going to make a song about a card game, the lyrics have got to be pretty tricky. But no, they're great, they sound fantastic. Where am I? Okay, so the lyrics are brilliant, vocals are rocking, intro, fantastic, you know. The chorus is great, another fun song, the keyboard sounds fantastic as well. And also I like it when the song pretty much dies down for a dip. It just sort of, you know, we're at this high point, it's rocking, and so it just dives down into a slow point, which sounds really nice. It works well with the song as a whole, and yeah, just a great song. Next song up is Strange Magic, the other hits. Again, different to the single version, which everyone's familiar with. It's exactly the same story as Evil Woman. Has a nice violin intro, which is a bit different. So the album version different to the single version. It's a nice calm song, the guitar is great, you know, nice slide guitar there, bit of a different style to George's though, so I'm not going to say the same thing, you know, as what I said on Waterfalls, but, you know, it's a really cool song, and I like the high vocals, when he actually sings the line Strange Magic, the high vocals sound great. Yeah, it's Jeff Lynne's slow hit, because I think every artist needs that slow hit to perform at their concerts, you know, and yeah, as I say in all my reviews, I like it when an album has a slow song in the album, and this is that slow song. But there's 2 slow songs really, but the other one's coming up. Next song is probably my second or third favourite on the album, Down Hometown. It's basically about Jeff singing about this town, which is amazing. It's a clean, nice town. They have, it even says this line in there, no monkey business in this town. So yeah, it's a very weird intro. I know if any of you out there actually take notice of what I say in these reviews, and you're going to go, oh yeah, I'm going to check this song out. Don't turn it off after the first 30 seconds, because the first 30 seconds is very weird. It sounds very unusual for ELO, but I really like it. I really like it. It's just great. It's very proggy sounding again. And of course, the drums kick in again, and the song becomes its own. Jeff Lynne singing with the acoustic guitar, bouncing off each other. It sounds great. Now we kick into the chorus where he's going, no, no, no. It sounds great. It's classic soft rock, you know, pop for some of you. Yeah, one of my favourites on the album. Brilliant. Then we get to the last track. The last track is the only one which is a little weak. It's the weakest song in the album. But, you know, because of the other songs make up for it. One Summer Dream, I have no problem with it still. I'm just saying, compared to the others, it's a teeny bit weak. But it's still great. Nice slower song to finish up the album, you know, slow. It's up, you know, it's there with Strange Magic. They're the 2 slow tracks. great vocals, and the backing vocals are also brilliant. It's just a really fun, cool song. And yeah, backing vocals probably the best bit about that song, to be honest. But you don't really get to hear them until near the end of the song when they're going, "One Summer Dream," you know. Anyway, now it's time to show you my copy of the vinyl record. It's still got a price on there. Look at that, £5, and it was half priced, so £2.50, which is an amazing price. Because normally this album tends to go between £5 and £10. Not too much, but you know, £2.50. Well, hey. First of all, I love the cover. This looks really modern here, the way they put their name on it. E-L-O, and of course, Electric Light Orchestra. Face the Music, and we got an electric chair there. Which looks really nice. And this record's in great condition. See a little bit of ring wear there around the centre, but you know, only when you catch it in the light you can see that. When you just look at it full on, look, it looks great. Back cover, look at that. Ooh. Rolling Stones did this first, you know, putting their face all up on the glass, you know, for their greatest hit album when they had the corners cut off. This is better because it's got Jeff on. So yeah, this is great, absolutely fantastic. I forget his name, but he's a fantastic violinist. He's brilliant. So yeah, now let's get the sleeve out. So here we go. Now, first of all, when I showed this to my nan and granddad, they were like, "What the hell's this?" And a hand on the side of the chair when he's being electrocuted, gripping, you know. And there's the lyrics to all the tracks on the back, and then yeah, we've got everyone's names on here. So you know, Richard Tandy he still plays with Jeff. Absolutely fantastic. They've been playing 40 years together now, which is pretty incredible, I think. So yeah. So now here's the vinyl. Jet Records, of course. Yep, that's side one. And it's in really nice condition. There we go. Get out. I'm not in my normal room, as you can tell by now, obviously. Just got the house to myself, so whenever I have the house to myself, I always like to come down here and film it. So yeah, this is made in Britain, and I believe, yep, it's a first pressing, which is great. So yeah, Electric Light Orchestra, Face the Music, is without a doubt my top 10 albums. It's probably near the back of my top 10 albums, I'm going to be honest. But you know, I've got over 350 albums upstairs, so you know, to be in the top 10 is amazing. And I don't normally give albums 10 out of 10s. The only albums which I give 10 out of 10s to are usually Beatles ones, with the exception of a few others like Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, Tommy, I can't think of others, Led Zeppelin 2. So yeah, it's very rare that I give a 10 out of 10 to an album, but this album is worthy of a 10 out of 10. Probably the best album from the whole period of 1970, or it's that with George Harrison's All Things Must Pass, I'd say, and Ram by Paul McCartney. And I'm just trying to think of what other albums. Pink Floyd The Wall, yeah. I'm missing a load, I know, but I'm just trying to think of my personal favourites. Pick it up. This should be in everyone's collection. I mean, if you're not an ELO fan, so I've talked to quite a few people in the vinyl community now about ELO, and a lot of them just, a few people just say, yeah, not a big fan, I have Out the Blue. That's it. Just give this album one listen. Just give it one listen, please, because I mean, Pink Floyd aren't the only prog bands. You know, this. To be honest, I don't want to upset Pink Floyd fans, but I think this is just as good. Better, in fact, in my opinion, just my opinion, better than their stuff, you know. Jeff Lynne, amazing guy. Hopefully he's going to start touring again, because his performance at Hyde Park was absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I'll be first there to get tickets. So anyway, hope you all enjoyed the review. Be sure to hit the subscribe button, like the video, and leave a message. Check it out. Thank you very much for watching.